Ever find yourself just watching someone, trying to figure out what makes them tick? Based on the little things like what they read or how they spend a Saturday. It's like we're all playing detective with human nature sometimes. And for you, listening in, always wanting that deep understanding without wading through hours of info, well, we have quite the exploration today.
Absolutely. We all make snap judgments, don't we? But digging a bit deeper into someone's choices, how they talk, their preferences, can reveal some really interesting layers.
Exactly. So for this deep dive, we're looking at something maybe a bit different. Extracts from a YouTube video. It's an IELTS speaking mock test, a Band 8 performance actually, from the IELTS Advantage channel.
Mm-hmm.
Now hold on, this isn't just about language tests. Our mission here is to go beyond that. We want to uncover insights, about communication, personal preferences, maybe even some cultural stuff, all seen through this test scenario.
Yeah, think of it like a little window. We get to see how someone presents themselves, their ideas, maybe under a bit of pressure. We hear them answer personal questions, then talk longer on one topic, and finally tackle some more abstract things.
Plus the examiner's feedback.
Right, plus a feedback, which is really useful.
Okay, let's dive in. Part one, the personal questions. First up, work or study.
Yeah.
So the candidate says they're a marketing student, but here's where it gets interesting.
Oh.
They mention having a background in SQL,
Yeah.
and they're really into big data, analytics, that sort of thing. Their big goal, data scientist.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. It's like this aha moment where you
Sure.
see their past experience connecting straight to their future plans.
That is an interesting pivot. Marketing and data science, they seem different, but maybe not so much anymore. It shows they're really thinking ahead, right? Seeing how important data is everywhere.
Definitely. Makes you wonder what sparked that shift specifically.
Mm-hmm. Then they move on to free time, or lack thereof, currently.
Huh? Yeah. Studies are demanding, apparently. But usually they like reading, traveling, meeting friends. Oh, and volunteering. Macmillan Cancer Support.
Okay.
And they like being outdoors, when the weather's nice. It paints a picture, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Someone who likes personal growth, but also giving back.
it does. And there's a nice balance there, too. Reading, which is solitary, and then the very social stuff like friends and volunteering suggests they're pretty well-rounded. The lack of free time sounds temporary, just because of the studies.
And speaking of how interests form, the childhood free time bit was surprising.
How so?
Well, it turns out as a kid, they were a total bookworm, always inside reading, to the point where their parents had to push them to go play outside.
No way. That's quite the contrast to liking the outdoors now.
Right? It's a cool little insight into how interests aren't always set in stone. Maybe they found a new appreciation later on.
Or just needed that balance. It definitely shows people evolve.
So, zooming ahead to right now, their plans for this weekend. Despite being busy, they're still making time for that volunteering with Macmillan, visiting patients, offering support.
That really says something, doesn't it? Choosing to spend your limited free time helping others, that's clearly a core value for them.
Totally agree. Then travel comes up. Big passion for this person, experiencing different cultures, different ways of life.
Yeah.
And they mentioned something interesting about where people from their country, which we find out is India, like to go. Europe and America are popular specifically because they're colder, a contrast to the warm climate back home.
Ah, the appeal of the opposite. That makes psychological sense. If you're always warm, maybe distinct seasons and snow seem really exotic and appealing.
And it sounds like international travel is huge in India, especially in summer, though, as they point out. It's kind of always summer there.
Ah, fair point.
But get this, a big motivator. Movies. Specifically, movies showing snowy landscapes.
Really? That's fascinating. Shows the power of media, doesn't it? Creating this desire to see those scenes for real.
Absolutely. Makes you think about how many travel dreams are sparked by films or TV.
True. So what about their own future plans? More cold places?
Actually, it's a mix. They want to see more of India itself, but also places like Bali and Greece. So a bit of domestic, a bit international.
Nice balance. Appreciating home and wanting to see the world shows a broad curiosity.
Okay, ready to move on. Part two, the long turn. Topic, clothing.
Clothing, okay, let's hear it.
So generally they prefer casual, but, like most of us, they adapt. Depends on the occasion.
Standard enough. Shows they understand context.
Talking about India, they say, yeah, jeans and T-shirt for every day. But for festivals, traditional Indian clothes are a must.
Ah, okay.
And here's a cool detail, because you can't always find these easily in malls. They're often tailor-made, which means you can get your own style, your own design.
That's really interesting. It points to a different relationship with clothing, valuing tradition and personal expression over just mass production.
Yeah. And they also mentioned temple visits, wearing simple, pure clothes, and how that brings a feeling of, like, peace and calm.
Mm-hmm. So the clothes themselves contribute to the feeling, the reverence of the place. It's symbolic.
Exactly. And then Holi, the Festival of Colors, they paint a great picture. Everyone wears white.
As a starting point, right.
Exactly, like a blank canvas.
Yeah.
Because then everyone throws colored powder,
Hmm.
and you end up completely covered in color.
That's a fantastic example. The clothing is almost part of the ritual itself. The white becoming this explosion of color, it perfectly captures the festival's energy.
Definitely. Then just practical mentions. Wearing warm clothes where they are now, assuming it's colder.
Mhm.
Buying clothes from different shops depending on need. Pretty
Oh,
standard.
exactly.
Oh, and one more thing. Interviews. For those, they choose formal wear. Why? To feel more confident, more prepared. Dressing the part.
Right. That connects back to perceptions, doesn't it? Both how others see you and how you feel yourself, projecting competence.
Okay, part 3 gets a bit more abstract now. Designer clothes, work clothes. First, designer stuff. They acknowledge it's popular, but immediately link it to money. Socioeconomic status. Because it's expensive.
Straight to the point. Understanding the economics behind luxury. Exclusivity is key.
And why do people buy it, in their view? Mainly social status. Label recognition. Showing you belong to a certain group, especially in India. It's a real window into those social dynamics.
Yeah, that's classic conspicuous consumption, isn't it? Using purchases to signal your place in the social hierarchy. The brand is like social currency.
So then the question is, do they judge people by work clothes? Personally, they say no. But they recognize that other people do, that perceptions get attached to what you wear. They're aware of the social reality even if they don't participate in it themselves.
That shows good nuance. Understanding how society works, even if you don't agree with every aspect of it, clothing sends messages, intended or not.
Then mandatory work clothes. They don't think people should be forced. But they make this interesting point about how we're kind of trained from a young age. School uniforms, what you wear to temple, festival outfits, it all creates expectations. So they feel people should just know what's appropriate without needing strict rules. It's ingrained.
That ties back nicely to the cultural points earlier. Socialization is powerful. We learned the dress codes for different situations almost without realizing it.
Right. Lastly, how work clothes are changing. They notice the trend towards less formal stuff. Uses Google as an example. Engineers in T-shirts and jeans.
The Silicon Valley effect.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
The focus is shifting, they think, more towards your work ethic, what you actually do, rather than just how you look.
That reflects a real shift in some industries, doesn't it? Prioritizing skills and results over traditional appearances.
Okay, so after all that, we get the examiner's feedback, which is super helpful, not just for language, but for communication generally.
Let's break that down. What did the examiner say?
Pronunciation first. Big praise. 100% understandable. Good use of intonation, stress, connected speech. Band 8, there was a slight accent, but it didn't cause any problems.
That's key, isn't it? Clarity above all. And mentioning intonation, rhythm, it's not just about sounds, it's the music of the language, too.
Then vocabulary. Also Band 8. Great range, accurate, use topic words easily.
Nice.
But the advice was interesting. Take more chances in practice. Push the vocabulary wider to really show what they can do. Maybe they played it a bit safe.
That's good advice for anyone, really. Don't just stick to what's comfortable when you're learning or practicing. Stretch yourself.
Grammar, another Band-Aid. Maybe their strongest point. Near perfect, wide range of structures. Any small slips were seen as totally natural.
Yeah, even native speakers make little slips. Solid grammar is crucial for expressing complex ideas clearly using different sentence types.
Okay, now fluency and coherence. Fluency was great, very smooth, no real hesitation. But the main point for improvement was developing answers more fully, especially in part 3, the abstract questions.
Okay. So fluent, but maybe a bit brief on the deeper stuff. That's a really important point. Goes way beyond just tests. You can speak smoothly, but are you really developing your ideas?
Exactly. For part 1, the advice was answer, then add a bit more. An example, an explanation. Don't just give one-sentence answers. Give the listener or examiner more to work with.
Good general conversation advice, too. Elaboration helps so much, just adding a because or a for instance.
And for part 3, the abstract part, really develop the answers. Give reasons, explanations, examples, maybe even consider different viewpoints.
Right. Show your thinking process.
Yeah. And the examiner noted that coherence, developing your ideas, is something you can often improve faster than, say, pronunciation or grammar. Just needs focus.
That highlights the critical thinking side of communication. It's not just words, it's structuring your thoughts, backing them up. A vital skill anywhere.
So, to kind of wrap up the insights, we saw how simple questions revealed quite a bit, didn't we? The evolving interests, that commitment to volunteering, the cultural influence on travel, like the movie thing and clothing for festivals or temples.
Hmm.
And the feedback really hit home. The clear speaking, good words, good grammar are vital. But really explaining yourself, especially in complex topics, is just as crucial. The aha, for me, was seeing how much depth you can get from a structured chat like this.
And it's all connected, isn't it? Personal choice, cultural background, how you communicate it all. The feedback just reinforces that being a good communicator is about the whole package. Language skills and thoughtful content.
Which brings me to a final thought for you listening. Think about your own choices, the everyday ones. How you spend your time, what you wear. What are they saying about you, about your values, maybe without you even realizing?
Yeah, and how much is culture subtly shaping those choices?
And maybe also think about that feedback on developing answers. How could you apply that? Maybe explaining an idea at work or just in a chat with friends. Sometimes adding that little bit more detail, that reason why, can make a huge difference in being understood.